Hi everyone, welcome back to full course of VMware vSphere 9. So in today's session we are going to learn how to add a new data store to vCenter step by step. So with a complete hands-on demo. So this is one of the most important storage configuration in any VMware environment because without data store virtual machine simply can't exist. So let's understand what is the data store first. So before we jump into the lab, let's first understand what exactly data store is. So a data store is a logical storage container used in VMware environment to store all your virtual machine and files. So these includes virtual machine configuration file, also known as a VMX file, virtual hard disk, which is VMDK file, snapshot of the virtual machine, ISO and ISO files and templates for the operating system. And in simple terms, you can think about data store as a central storage location where you basically store all your virtual machine live, and from the same data store virtual machines basically operate. So without data store you cannot create, run or migrate any VM. So prerequisite for adding new data store. Before adding a new data store, there are some critical prerequisites that must be in place. So first in storage connectivity. So for ESXi, your ESXi must have proper network connectivity to the storage server, which we are going to use in this demo. So for NFS NAS server must be reachable from your ESXi host. For fiber channel, zoning must be done correctly at the switch level, SAN switch level, to have a visibility from the ESXi host to the storage LANs basically. So second is storage visibility, which I have already discussed. So LAN and shared storage must be visible to the ESXi host. Does not matter which protocol or which type of storage you want to use, but it should be visible. So third is permission. Proper access right must be configured to storage to have a storage access. Fourth one is networking. So VM kernel adapter must be configured specifically. This is for ESXi and NFS protocols. And then finally multipathing is recommended. This provides redundancy and improve performance. If these are missing, then data store creation is going to be failed. So this is type of data store. So in VMware vSphere, so first is VMFS, so virtual machine file system. VMFS full form is virtual machine file system. So this is a block level storage and used with SAN, ESXi and fiber channel, and this is the most commonly used in the enterprise environment. Second one is NFS, which is file level storage, and this is network file system basically, and this is very easy to configure and use, but however this does not have a basically good throughput. So this is not kind of recommended where the production infrastructure require low latency systems deployment and all, and high IOPS. So a third one is vSAN data store, which is hyper converged storage using local ESXi host physical disk to convert them to vSAN data store. So that is one of the um, type of data store which we are going to also focus in coming videos. So vVol, which is virtual volume, so this is advanced storage integration and provide policy based management. So this is also we are going to cover in coming videos. So benefit of data store: expand storage as per your need, optimize VM performance, and you can basically migrate your virtual machine from one data store to another data store to make sure your data store performance is good, and at last your VM's performance and storage requirement is going to be catered by the storage. So supports HA and DRS. So data stores does support HA and DRS both. So in this video we are going to use VMFS by using the ESXi block level storage. So this is my environment. So I got my Active Directory and domain server up and running, and then I have one storage server which is running Windows Server 2025, and this server I have configured as ESXi storage server, and I got three ESXi host and vCenter appliance. So now I have deployed this vCenter appliance now inside my VMware workstation directly to have a basically benefit of not going down when we are doing anything, hard shutdown or hard boot for the ESXi host. Sometime vCenter create some problems in the lab environment, so that's why I have created a dedicated this machine VCSA inside the VMware workstation. So this is my environment. So this is my storage server. So if I go and show you, I have installed ESXi target server role on this machine. So let me show you that also. So if you go to add and remove features, click next, role based installation, click next, and you can see here I have installed ESXi target server role on this machine. So by using this role, this server is able to present the ESXi storage to my all ESXi hosts. So let me show you. If I go to any of these ESXi hosts, go to configure, and if I show you basically this ESXi storage, so you can see here, let me go to storage adapters. So you can see these two storage, basically data store, or you can say volume, is coming from Microsoft ESXi disk. This is coming from my ESXi server. And now let me show you storage adapters. So what is the configuration I have done? So if I go and show you here, so this is my dynamic path. So my storage is coming from 172.16.10.50, which is my ESXi storage server IP address, and I have a dedicated network configured, basically SAN network configured for my storage connectivity from ESXi host to storage server. So this is dedicated network only being used for storage. So make sure you are not doing mix and match for storage connectivity. So I have dedicated network, and I am using two dedicated NICs, basically ESXi target NICs. So VMNIC 6 and VMNIC 7 for storage connectivity. So let me show you. So I got two NICs configured for SAN, which provides some multipathing to me for my infrastructure. So make sure your whenever your data store is configured, you should have a multipathing enabled and configured. So now this is good. I got two data store VMDS01, VMDS02 for all my ESXi hosts, which is coming from my storage server. So now let me go ahead and provision third LUN. So I'll go here. So on ESXi virtual disk, I'll create a new disk. So new ESXi virtual disk, and then I'll go ahead and select my D drive path. So in D drive, I have this folder where my all ESXi drives are coming. So if I go here, virtual disk, you can see my two disk is here. So I'm going to create third disk here. So this is the path. Click next, and I'm going to call it VMware DS03, and click next. And on the size, I'm going to give same 500 gig, and this is going to be dynamic expandable for my environment lab demo. So this is my ESXi target server. It has a VMware cluster and all the IP address for storage connectivity. So click next for all three ESXi hosts. So 1, 2, 3, and then this is also from 1, 2, 3. So this is good. Go ahead and create this. Now third disk is created. Now if I show you the status, it got connected instantly, because at the backend Hyper-V, basically these host knows I got a third basically storage. So now if I go to storage adapter, you still see two NICs, two disk only, which is coming from storage. So now I'll go here and select the ESXi, and then rescan adapters, and then rescan storage both. So now same thing I'm going to do on all my three ESXi hosts. So rescan adapter, rescan storage, and on the third machine also. So now my third disk should be visible on all my ESXi hosts. So let me show you. So if I go to device, you should be able to see this disk is coming now. So LUN number 02, because 0, 1, 0, 0 and 1 we were already having. Now this is here. So now same, you can verify on all three ESXi hosts. We should have this present on all three ESXi hosts. So host number 2 also got it, and the final one is host number 3. So host number 3 also got this, and data store status you can see not consumed, so this is good. Now in the data store I'll go here and click on any ESXi host and go to storage and new data store and VMFS, which we wanted to do this in this video. And as I explained, there are other method also, such as basically vvol and NFS, which we are going to use in upcoming video for demo. So VMFS and click next, and now it will tell you the show you the disk, and then you can type the LUN name. So I'm going to call it VMware DS03 and select the disk which is showing here. Click next, and now I'm going to use the VMFS 5 VMFS 6 basically enables advanced format 512e and automatic space reclamation support. So click next, and now I'm going to, if you want you can pick the size of data store. However, I'm going to use the full size, and block size is going to be 1 MB, and space reclaim is going to be 1, and so I'm going to leave everything default. Click next and finish. Now it will create a VMFS data store. You can see this is done, and process VMFS data stores update. This is also done on 1 and 3. So now this should be visible on my all ESXi hosts. So let me show you. So ESXi host 2 got this data store visible, and 3 also got visible. So this is good. So now this data store is presented on all my ESXi hosts. So now let me go ahead and do something. So let me create some folder and see if everything goes well. So I'm creating temp folder. So I'm able to create a folder. So this is good. It means our data store is mapped and working perfectly fine. So I'll go ahead and delete this temp folder. So this is done. So now this is all which I wanted to show you in this video. So if you talk about the benefits of adding data store, so adding data store provides multiple advantages, such as first is scalability. You can expand your storage as your environment grows. Second is better performance, so distribute workload across multiple data store as per your requirement. You can do that. And third is high availability, avoid single point of failure for single data store. Fourth one is you can imagine about the flexibility, so easy migrate virtual machine between data store. And fifth one is efficient resource utilization, so optimize storage across your cluster. So that's it for this video. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post me in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.